March 2021 is Census Day. Here is some helpful advice. Firstly, a recording of the census booklet from the Office for National Statistics, and then an interview with Mark Herrington from the census organisation.
What the census is.
The census is a survey that happens every 10 years and gives us a picture of all the people and households in England and Wales.
Why you have to take part?
Organisations such as local authorities and charities use census information to understand the services we all need, including transport, education and healthcare. You must complete the census by law. If you do not, or you supply false information, you could be fined up to £1,000. Some questions are clearly labelled as being voluntary. It is not an offence if you do not answer these.
When to complete your census form?
You should complete your census form on Sunday the 21st of March 2021 or as soon as possible afterwards. You can submit your completed questionnaire before the 21st of March if you know who will be in your household on that day. If you submit your questionnaire before the 21st of March, but your circumstances change before that day, you can let us know.
Who should fill it in?
The householder should fill in the census for the household. This is the person who owns or rents or jointly owns or rents the property, or the person who is responsible or jointly responsible for paying household bills and expenses.
Answering separately from your household.
If you want to answer separately from the people you live with, you can contact us to request an individual access code. Someone must still complete a census for your household.
How to start your census form.
You can start the online version of the census from your smartphone, tablet or computer. You need the household access code on your letter to start it. This code is for everyone in your household. You should keep your code safe and only share it with people you trust.
Who should be included?
You should include as living here everyone who usually lives here, even if they're away from home on Sunday the 21st of March 2021. Anyone from outside the UK staying here overnight who is in the UK for 3 months or more in total. Anyone from the UK staying here overnight who does not usually live here but has no other UK address. Anyone staying here overnight on March the 21st who has another UK address should be included as a visitor.
How your personal information is kept secure.
We keep the personal information you gave us in the census safe and confidential by law for 100 years. When we publish statistics from the census, we do not publish information that will enable you to be identified. You can find out more information in our privacy notice at www.census.gov.uk/privacy.
How to get help. Visit our website at www.census.gov.uk. Phone free on 0800 141 2021. Use our text relay service on 18001 0800 141 2021. Phone the language helpline free on 0800 587 2021. Large print formats are available. Information is available in Braille. British Sign Language support is available online.
Census Support Centres. Our local census support centres will be available while the census is happening. They can help if you are not confident online, you do not have a computer, or you need help completing on paper. Phone 0800 141 2021 to find your nearest centre. So I'm talking to Mark Herrington, and he is a Census Engagement Manager. So Mark, can you just explain a little bit briefly about what your job is, please?
Yeah, so the Census Engagement Manager that works in an area primarily works with groups that might have a challenge one way or another in being able to fill in the census. So that's what we do. We try and make sure that people who do have those challenges know what's available to make it easier for them to be able to fill in the census.
Some people will have had their envelope with their code in and the leaflet that explains what the census is. And some people might be quite concerned about that. So can you just explain how it will work if you haven't a computer or you haven't access to that kind of technology?
Right. So although that pack is designed for somebody to use on the computer and fill in online, this isn't primarily just an online census. So if somebody hasn't got a computer, they can ring up the contact centre and they can order a paper copy if they want one. For example, my dad lives in Preston. He's 82 and he doesn't want to do it online. So we'll be ordering a paper copy for my dad so he can sit with a cup of tea and just fill it in at his leisure.
From March the 12th, there is a dedicated number to call for requesting a paper form. The number is 0800 876 6276. This is only for people specifically asking for a paper form. That's 0800 876 6276 for a paper copy only.
So again, if somebody doesn't want to do a paper copy, doesn't want to do it online or can't do it online, then you can also ring 0800 141 2021 and you can do the census on the phone with another individual on the other end asking you the questions. So they will just have a telephone conversation with you. They'll confirm your name and your address, and then they'll do the census on the phone with you if you ask them to.
That will be one-to-one.
That'll be one-to-one with another individual who will then take your details and then you can do the census on the phone with them. Then also on the same line, you can then order assistive technologies that might help you or assisted formats that might help you.
And what kind of assistive formats are available?
So for those that obviously use Braille, we do have a Braille guidance booklet with information about the census and also a Braille translation of the actual questionnaire itself. So you can get that from the contact centre. There's an easy read for those that might need an easy read. And then there's things like large print questionnaires as well. So for those that might be able to use large print, that's there as well. So you can order all those when you ring up and just ask the person on the other end of the phone, can I have one of these, please? And then that will be sent to you at home.
So I believe that there are some accessible videos available as well.
Yeah, so if you can get on, if you do have access to a computer and you can get onto our website, there's a full suite of accessible videos which have been produced in association with the Royal Association for the Deaf, but it's not primarily just for their use. It does have sign language on it, but it also has a full audio track on every single video. And the videos are quite extensive, including translations of the pack that you get through the post. So that will talk you through it. And also translations of the questions from the online questionnaire, every single question. Again, that's an audio track that you can sit and listen to.
But that's only available if you go to the website.
Online, yes.
Yeah. So what about screen readers and supportive software? What availability of that is there?
So again, the whole site, so if you do have access to a screen reader or use a screen reader, the whole site is designed so that screen readers or magnifying technology can be used on the electronic questionnaire or on the whole site, and it's fully compatible. It's been tested so that, if you zoom in and out, it doesn't lose its definition and the screen readers can read it. And
there's a text relay available as well, I believe.
Yeah, so if you want a text relay, if that's what you need, there's a telephone number for that, brackets 18001 So that's your prefix. And then that's 0800 141 2021.
Obviously, some people might be a little bit worried about this census and they might not have access to the information, so they might just not fill it in. What happens if they don't fill the census in?
Okay, so we do have a safety net, and that involves what's called our household team. So following the census, if people haven't managed to fill in the census, our household team do go door to door to those addresses where they haven't managed to fill it in. And then they will obviously present themselves at your door, and they will distance themselves under COVID regulations. They will have ID on them, and they will have census branded items on them as well. So you should be able to recognise them as a census officer. The police have been informed that these officers are going door to door, and this household team will ask you if you need any help with the census, and then they'll try and guide you to the best help available.
So nobody should be worried about the fact that they haven't filled it in. That's the next step.
No. There should be no worry at all. That's why we employ the household team to go and see if somebody is having a problem filling it in. And so we do know that people, as you just described, might have a problem filling in the census. The household team then will direct them towards the help that's needed, or they'll try and get help for them to make sure that they can fill the census in. So that safety net really is all about going door to door and finding out what each of those who haven't filled it in, what help we can afford them.
Yeah, and that will happen after the 21st of March.
That'll happen, not immediately after. It might take a week or so, but dependent on where you live and everything else. But you will receive a visit if you haven't. And it's not a visit that you should worry about. It's purely a visit to try and help you.
Yeah, and they will have full identification and be able to. So you should ask if anybody comes to talk to you about your census form or the fact that you've not filled the census in, you should ask for identification.
Yeah, so they'll have a high-vis that's census branded. And they'll also have a identification that's census branded with a government crest on it, their photograph on it, and it does say it'll say their census officer. It's not the kind of thing that could be easily faked.
Right. So is there anything else that you'd like our listeners to know about?
So I just want to really just reassure people that this is about people not worrying about it. So don't worry whatever you do about it at all. There's nothing to worry about. Even though you have to fill your census in, we're here and we have large teams that will be going out into the community to make sure that you get the help you need to fill it in. And it is nothing to worry about whatsoever. Don't panic or worry about it. We are here to try and help you and offer you whatever help fits your particular needs.
So that's www.census.gov.uk if you want to go online, or 0800 141 2021 to get through to the helplines and the support centre.
Yeah, and then obviously we also have a language line as well for those whose English isn't necessarily their first language, and that's 0800 587 2021.